front of everyone and light yourself on fire.
But really, this protest is against the tuition hike that's coming, that's going to be voted on this Friday. And also we're trying to raise awareness and to make students aware of like the guaranteed tuition model, which has been billed as this idea that somehow transparency on how much debt you're going to be in is affordability, and it's not. It's absolutely not. It's horseshit to think that somehow if you know how much debt you're going to be in, you'll be okay with it. You should be okay with it. You should be happy with that. We shouldn't. We should be rejecting that idea. What we've seen are budget cuts coming every 2 years from whichever governor it is. They've cut budgets and then they increase tuition. So all they're making is easier for them to raise tuition on us through this guaranteed tuition model. It's because the tuition hikes are built in. They're built into the system now. And then they're basically, that no incentive for the university to ever give us, or for the state to ever increase our state share of instruction. So we're just going to continue to perpetuate the problem, making our university less accessible for students across the state of Ohio, increasing how unaffordable we already are, increasing the student debt that our generation is taking on, which is already at $1 trillion. So models like this that are billed as a solution, they're not a solution for anyone. And we're pissed off about it, frankly.
Shut it down! The whole damn system! Shut it down! Board of Trustees! Shut it down! Student loan debt! Shut it down! Budget cutback! Shut it down! The whole damn system! Shut it down! Board of Trustees! Shut it down! Student loan debt! Shut it down! Budget cutback! Shut it down! The whole damn system! Shut it down!
Yeah, so basically the model that they're looking at will increase, I think it's, last I've heard, it's a 5% increase the first year, and then the first year that's implemented, and that accounts for 4 years of tuition increases. And then the next class that comes in will pay, like, I think a 2 or 2.5% increase on top of whatever that last class paid for 4 years. So again, they're raising it above what the legal amount is now in order to make sure that they get, like, their money is guaranteed. They're going to get that tuition hike guaranteed. So that's kind of what we're looking at. And we're at $1 trillion nationally. The average student in Ohio graduates with $28,000 of student loan debt. And then when you increase that, they go into, like, people going into forbearance, not being able to pay their bills. They're trying to decide between a job that they want that pays less, or one that's like they're overqualified for because they have to pay those bills. That's a problem. That's a serious problem. We've got to start acting like it is. And I mean, that's part of the reason why we do what we do.
Tuition hikes have got to stop! Stop from the top! Tuition hikes have got to stop! Stop from the top! Tuition hikes have got to stop! Stop from the top! Tuition hikes.
We have to really change this narrative from higher education being a private commodity for an individual to a public good. And that's one of the things that we really push for, is like, because if we don't, we're just going to see our state share of instruction shrink, and students are going to end up paying, we're already at, last report from McDavis was 68%. We're going to be paying 80, 90% of the budget. That's no longer a public university, that's a private university. Like, that's ridiculous.